Hello again, everybody. Wayback Sports Cards. We're doing a baseball box break today. You see in front of you a stack of 1986 Topps baseball packs. I'm going to quickly share a little bit of information here about this, and then we're going to get right to the break. 792 card set, single series, no inserts. This is before the time of inserts, but we got a piece of gum in each pack. Key rookie cards here. Darren, Daulton, Lenny Dykstra, Cecil Fielder, and Mickey Tettleton. You're not going to find the Bonds. You're not going to find the Bonds card here. You're not going to find the Jose Canseco. Those are all in the Topps update series. So 1986 Topps, Cecil Fielder, Mickey Tettleton, Darren, Daulton, Lenny Dykstra. Those are the key cards here. And we're going to get right to it. There's the pack. And those who aren't familiar with the 1986 Topps, the back has that red card stock with the black text. No photo on the back. Full career stats. Sometimes a little blurb at the bottom. So there you go. So that's the backs of the card. And the front, you'll see there's two different ones. Each team's got a different color scheme. Team name at the top with the black, team name in a color, and then the name white around the border at the bottom with the player's name and position at the bottom. So classic design if you're familiar with baseball cards. 792 card set. You're going to find a lot of commons here. And with no big rookie cards, you could go a while without finding something too big. But there's Kirk Gibson. Kirk Gibson's a nice card. UL Washington. Manager Bruce Bochy. Future manager, I guess. Wasn't a manager in 86. Brian Little. Tunnel. Darryl Miller. Earl Weaver, and Bob Welch. So there you go. That's the first pack. Then they also had this Spring Fever Baseball, kind of a contest or send-in card. Long since expired. So I'm just going to toss those aside real fast. Rafael Ramirez in the old school Braves uniform, the blue one. Mike Smithson. Danny Darwin. He did some through-the-mail autographs for us. Manny Trio. Ooh, we got ourselves Darryl Strawberry, third-year card. Leon Durham. Frank DiPino. Juan Agosto, Mario Ramirez, Tim Wallach All-Star, Greg Booker with some spots on the card. Looks like production spots, yeah. And Tommy John. That's a late career Tommy John. Still around in 86. A man who had a surgery named after him. How about that? All right. And we got right off the top, my guy, Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. I always put Don Mattingly up. That's my man. Rick Manning, Phil Bradley. A little bit of action in this pack here. We got ourselves Ricky Henderson. The Quiz, Dan Quisenberry, and Cal Ripken, back to back, and Dale Murphy. So great 4-player stretch. Make it a good 5-player stretch. Fernando Valenzuela, Richard Dotson, breaking the streak there. Frank Wills, Jack Perconti, Mike Madden, Luis Sanchez, who wrote his name on his jacket. I guess so he doesn't lose it. Ron Say, And Al Nipper. Win one for the Nipper. But you can see, look at the back of these cards actually. You got the gum damage. And then you got the poor centering here on some of these cards. That's the Rich Dower card, but yeah, some of the cards do not have good centering. Daryl Thomas, Al Bumbry, Dan Bilardello, Bob James, the White Sox, Rick Aguilera, Pete Ladd. Looks like Weird Al Yankovic a little bit there. Jerry Davis, Dave Kingman. Monster home runs with that guy. Johnny Ray. Oh, we got ourselves Pete Rose, the all-time hit king. I believe he's card number 1. Yes, he is. There he is. 4204. Yeah, he's got a few more hits. Just a couple more hits in him. Rick Rhoden, Bob Horner, Rich Dower. Pete Rose in 86 at this point was a player manager at that point. They let him do both. That's why he was getting a few hits every year. He'd put himself in, usually like pinch hit. Kent Herbeck. Roger McDowell, Sammy Stewart, unfortunately no longer with us. We've got The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson, but Tim Raines. Rick Ruschel with the stovepipe hat, or whatever we call that hat. Carlton Fisk, Tom Lawless. Jorge Bell, Bob Stanley, Don Schultz, Brian Fisher, Craig McMurtry, and Nate Snell. So I'm finding that these cards are very off-center. There you go. There's the last card again. Very much off-centered. Definitely some production problems here, or at least the card cutting. Rafael Santana, Bob McClure, Tommy Lasorda, Ed Whitson, Bob Caudill. Looks like it was, boy, that's poorly done eye black. Herb Winningham, Paul Householder, Bruce Kyson, Len Barker, Bill Kruger, the great Yankee second baseman Willie Randolph, Larry Anderson, Frank Pastore, the Mizuno warm-up, nice. And Don Robinson, the Pirates. We'll get rid of that extra card. We got ourselves Alvin Davis, John Felsky, Brian Snyder, Shane Rawley, Ken Oberkfell, which he did fall out of my hand. Kirby Puckett, second year card. Paul Zavella. Wayne Gross, Dan Petrie. Gotta flip a few here. Ken Dixon. Bruce Berenier. Nice Mets warm-up. They had starter back then in 86. Look at that. Rupert Jones. Gene Nelson, Rick Langford, and John Shelby. So as I told you kind of early on, a lot of commons. This is what happens when you've got a 792 card set. You end up with a lot of this fluff. This is not fluff, however. That is Dusty Baker, manager of the 2022 MLB World Champion Houston Astros. Tom Seaver turned back the clock. Dave Palmer, Steve Bedrosian. Rick Cerrone. He has signed some cards for me through the mail already. He does sign. Jeff Leonard. Gary Lavelle. We've seen Tom Nito already. Alejandro Pena, one of the more fun names to say. Brian Downing. And we've got a Pete Rose, like, career retrospective card, card 2. Just kind of shows his cards over the years. It's kind of cool. Definitely not getting rid of a Pete Rose card. All right, we got a couple of team leader cards. Tigers. Andre Thornton. Don Baylor, unfortunately no longer with us. Bob McClure. White Sox leaders. Dan Gladden. Brad Kaminsky. Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. We've got an Expos leaders. That's Andre Dawson there, the Hawk. Kirk McCaskill, Mark Davis. Tom Niedenfuer. We got ourselves Michael Jack Schmidt. One of the best to do it at third base. And a Giants team leaders. Wow, Billy Martin with the Yankees. I think this might have been his fourth tenure with the team. Chuck Cottier. Wayne Krenchicki. Dave Stewart, first with the Dodgers, then he went to the Phillies, and about another year or two, he's with the A's, and he's off to the races with a couple of 20-win seasons. Took him a while to get there, but eventually Dave Stewart became one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. But it took him about 10 years to get there. Bob Melvin, catcher, later manager. Lonnie Smith. Hubie Brooks. Von Hayes, Philly favorite. Kurt Bevacqua. We've got Tom Browning and George Vukovic. Charlie Lee Brandt, Larry McWilliams, Rick Dempsey, Dave Stapleton, Andre Robertson, Lance Parrish, Jim Gott, Jack the Ripper, Jack Clark, Lee Lacy, Jackie Gutierrez, Britt Burns, Brian Dayett, Storm Davis, Junior Ortiz, and Mark Hill. So there you go. You're going to get packs like that of just really nothing. Get these empty packs out of the way. Get my Spring Fever card out of here. John Stupper, Billy Hatcher, Randy Bush, Glenn Hubbard. We've got a early career John Franco. This might be a second-year card for him. Bob Dernier, Donnie Moore, Dan Ford, Mike Jones, Dave Sachs, Gary Matthews Sr. We got Joe Negro, Mark Sullivan, and Mike Brown. So not much doing. Not much doing on these packs. Al Cowens, Paul Householder. We've seen some of these, but we have not seen Reggie Jackson yet. There he is with the Angels. A couple of years before he tried to kill the Queen of England in the Naked Gun movie. Don Carmen. Cardinals leaders. Davey Lopes. Gotta flip a few of these. Marvell Wynn. Mike Boddicker. Ron Kittle. Promising start to his career with the White Sox. May have been Rookie of the Year, if memory serves. There's Dave Henderson, Mariners leaders. Frank Williams. We've got ourselves Ozzie Smith, NL All-Star. Chuck Tanner, manager card. Jerry Reed and Jim Beattie. Dan Dreesen, Aurelio Lopez, Bryn Smith. He did sign a few cards for me already. He does through the mail autographs. Reed Nichols, Candy Maldonado, Bo Diaz. Looks a little out of focus. Roy Smith, Tony Pena, Bill Dawley, Joe Orsulak. I remember him more with the Mets and the Orioles. Don't remember him with the Pirates. We got the Goose Gossage, Wayne Tollison, Pat Corrales, the ageless wonder Julio Franco, and Tom Tellman. We got Whitey Herzog, Cardinals manager. Denny Gonzalez, Alan Nicely. Nice uniform, nice warm-up, actually. Gonna flip these. Bobby Brown. Randy St. Clair. Jeff Latty. Candyman, John Candelaria, Tim Tuffle, later became a Met, Mike Pagliarulo, power hitting third baseman for the Yankees, Charlie Lee, Lou Thornton, Bill Schroeder, Danny Cox, Ernie Witt, does through the mail autographs as well, and Bill Gullickson. We are starved for some action on some of these packs here. This has been, I think, 3 or 4 packs now without a major star. So let's see if we can break that streak here. Dave Bergman, Rangers leaders. That might be Charlie Huff. Steve Bye Bye Balboni just signed a card for me through the mail. If you send him more than one, I think he just signs the one for you. But still, Kurt Okerson, Ron Robinson, Joe Nolan, Bob Boone, father of Aaron Boone, Brett Boone, Tim Stoddard, Ron Gardenhire, later became longtime manager of the Twins. Jeff Calhoun, Frank Tanana, nice long career, also does through the mail autographs. Dodgers leaders, Greg Gagne. First Hall of Famer we had in a few packs, Ricky Henderson and Steve Ontiveros. A few packs there since we'd found I think the Goose was the last Hall of Famer we'd found in here. So we've got Royals leaders. Got some action already here with the Hawk. Andre Dawson would join the Cubs the following year in '87. Pete O'Brien. We got Bill Stein here. Astros leaders. Damaso Garcia and Doyle Alexander, both of the Blue Jays. We got a Dr. K, Dwight Gooden All-Star card. One of the greatest names in all of sports history, Razor Shines. There's that Jose Uribe, Reds leaders. We got a Jose Rio. And my man, Don Mattingly, second Don Mattingly of the box. And Hal McRae with a great photo taken at Old Yankee Stadium. That unmistakable facade up there. Greg Harris, John Christensen, Jim Fry, Manny Lee, Ray Knight of the eventual '86 champs, the New York Mets, Terry Forster, strikeout king himself, Rob Deere, Brooke Jacoby, Brett Saberhagen All-Star card, Steve Henderson, RJ Reynolds, Phillies leader, that looks like Steve Carlton, might be, I have to check that, Glenn Cook, Bruce Hurst, and Ted Power. Great name there. Juan Berenger, Chris Pitaro, Mike Scioscia, Dick Ruthven, the Mets leaders featuring Mookie Wilson, Mike Morgan, Dave Concepcion, the Reds, Tim Tolman, record breaker of Fernando Valenzuela, most consecutive innings at the start of a season with no earned runs. Billy Sample, Donnie Scott, Scott Thompson, a Twins leaders, and a Darnell Coles. I think I'm going to open two more. We're 24 minutes in, and I think we've got the picture on this break. I don't think we need to open all of these remaining packs. Jack Howell, Alex Trevino, Fernando Mania, Billy Sample, Randy Reddy, Rick Sutcliffe, Dave Smith, El Cid, Sid Fernandez, Luis De Leon, Dane York, Doug Corbett, Darryl Porter, George Bamberger, Rick Lysander, and Roy Smalley. Last one. I'm going to stop after this. We're 25 minutes in and Has not been the most exciting break, so keep that in mind as you look for these cards. Pat Clements, Bryant Harper, Tony Phillips. And we do hit on the last pack the rookie card of Big Daddy Cecil Fielder. There you go. That's probably the big rookie hit of the box. So we're going to stop after this one. Sean Dunston, Buddy Bell, Rick Mahler, Dave Winfield. Nice. Hall of Famer Dave Winfield. Jimmy Key, the great left-handed pitcher. Rags Dave Righetti, great closer, starter for the Yankees for many years. Craig Reynolds. Another rookie card, Lenny Dykstra of the Mets. 2 rookie cards. Then we got Ozzie Guillen, former Rookie of the Year, and Terry Harper. So there you have it. We're going to stop there. That is 1986 Topps Major League Baseball. Keep this in mind if you're buying this box. It's one series. There's a lot of fluff in this set, and the key rookies like Barry Bonds and Canseco are not here. So keep that in mind. With that, we thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you'd like us to open. And we'll see you next time on Wayback Sports Cards. We thank you for watching. So long, everybody.